Let's get into it. We got a lot of games, including weeknight action, our final Maction Tuesday of the season. Eastern Michigan and Buffalo. We've got Buffalo 6.5-point home favorites, 35.5 the total here in this game. Gosh, I try to talk myself into some of these overs when I see a total this low, especially in a conference like the MAC, where sometimes defense can be sketchy. But boy, it is tough to trust this, especially this Eastern Michigan offense. I mean, it's just been so disappointing to see what they have done on that side of the football. You look at Eastern Michigan, they've struggled to get to 20 points. It was better, though, last week for them against Akron, a 30-27 win. Their defense has kind of fallen apart, and they've actually gone over in 3 straight games. Can that occur here? That's the question. Buffalo, 7 straight games for them have gone under the total, and their offense is probably in even worse shape than Eastern Michigan. This team hasn't cracked beyond 13 points in their most recent 3 games. 10 points to Miami O, 10 points to Ohio, and then 13 points to Toledo. So it is rough sledding for Buffalo. There is bowl eligibility here on the line for Eastern Michigan. They are sitting at 5-6 coming into this game. Now they're 0-5 straight up on the road, but they are 3-2 against the spread on the road. And this game means bowl eligibility for them. They've got to win it in order to get to that magic win number of 6. And we talk about it all the time. I mean, in Eastern Michigan games over the years, it's been usually bet on be the underdog or you pass the game. That being said, Eastern Michigan in the underdog role hasn't been nearly as good this year. Obviously, in just their last 2 tries, they were underdogs. They got blown out by Toledo and Western Michigan. The good news for them, Buffalo is not Toledo. And Buffalo is probably not even Western Michigan at this point of the season. Buffalo is really, really struggling. So I kind of like EMU here, plus the points. I kind of like the over as well, just because 35.5. I know it's bad for Buffalo, but we have seen 3 straight overs for Eastern Michigan. You know, the weather may not be that bad from what I see. So I'm going to go with Eastern Michigan plus over if I'm betting the side in total here. What do you think, C-Mac?
Yeah, it looks like there might just be some rain, 45, wind. I got 13 to 15. So we'll see with it tomorrow. Total this low here, but then this many points, I think you have to take Eastern Michigan. And it's just tough. You're betting on bad football teams for the most part here in the MAC. When we bet these weekdays, you're trying to find an angle. You hit a lot there, which doesn't bring up, EMU just horrible on the road. Eastern Michigan, they just haven't been great, yet they've covered some numbers. And Buffalo, once again, like last week, I just took the team total under with them. This team can't crack 10 points, it seems like lately, with their quarterback play. And I don't know if they do here. Maybe they do this week. This gets, maybe this does get over. Eastern Michigan, the defense is bad when you rip through the numbers. And both these offenses are horrible. Eastern Michigan's numbers, really awful. But they're fighting for a bowl game, like you mentioned. And one thing, Buffalo, the unders have come. The defense has gotten better from just being gashed. It seemed like the first 4 games with Buffalo this year, man, they were just getting run all over early. So I think Eastern Michigan can hang. I think this game, though, at the 6.5, maybe 5.5, I think the points are pretty valuable. Even though I don't love them on the road, I would take the points, though, with Eastern Michigan.
I'm going to hear, and I know this is not the same Eastern Michigan team. Like, they've had some capable offenses in the past. This ain't one of them. Austin Smith has had a terrible year, although finally it was a step in the right direction for him where he has a couple touchdowns. They beat Akron last week, and that coming off a win that snapped a losing streak. Now they get to 5 wins with that win. Now they know that a win here and they can get bowl eligibility. Hopefully that puts a little pep in their step when they take this trip to Buffalo. And Buffalo, to me, I've got no problem betting against them as favorites right now.
Yeah.
That's a downtrodden program, Conor. I think Maurice Linguist, the head coach, is out of there. I don't think he's going to be back after this year. That's a big fall for Buffalo from the Turner Gill days, from the Lance Leipold days, and we see what he's doing at Kansas now. This, we wondered, was this program going to fall off after Leipold bolted for Kansas? It has. This is a big disappointment of a season for a Buffalo team that's been contending in the MAC most seasons lately.
Yeah, it's when he left, I thought rough times were coming, and it has for Buffalo. Yep,
it definitely has. Yep, EMU or pass for me